Pilates workout for you. I haven't posted one of these in a while, so this is brand new and fresh, okay? I'm all Bala'd out today, so I've got my Bala ankle weights on and my Bala hand weights. Does not matter what brand you have, okay, but if you have some sort of hand weights, mine are 3 pounds. I recommend anything from 1, 2, or 3 pounds, probably not any higher than that. Otherwise, we're gonna be muscling through a lot of the work and not finding that deeper core connection, which is where I want you to generate your movement from. Your ankle weights, mine are 2 pounds each. Any sort of ankle weight will work. If you don't have ankle weights, don't worry about it. Okay, you can still do this entire workout and it will be highly effective either way, with or without the weight, okay? If you have a long TheraBand, mine's red usually in my videos, but if you have a long, unconnected or loose TheraBand, that works great as well if you want to throw that into the mix for a little extra resistance, okay? All right, we're gonna get started. This whole workout's gonna be about 60 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking now so I don't go over. All right, you guys, so we're gonna start with a squat and a step back lunge sequence, okay? So for that, I'm gonna give you a side profile just so you can see my right leg work, because that's the first leg that's gonna start working. Arms are gonna start long and low by our sides, palm facing in towards the thigh, feet are just underneath those hips. Okay, right from here, we're gonna reach those sits bones back, arms are gonna come up and overhead, bicep stops in front of the ears, and then we're gonna inhale as we rise up. Exhale, reach to the center of the glutes, those 2 sits bones right back for those heels, torso tilts, belly button pulls up and in. We wanna keep that low back nice and long and keep those ribs stacked right over the pelvis. Let's go for 3. We're gonna be holding this. Okay, but I want you to set up with that perfect squat. Good, last 2. All right, on your next one, you're gonna hold it. Okay, so we're gonna reach back, find our very best squat and hold. We're gonna spiral those inner thighs up towards the ceiling so we can get a nice solid connection through the foot, okay, and that core is on. Right from here, we're gonna shift our weight slightly into that left foot, okay, and we're gonna bring those arms down. From here, we're gonna step back that right foot, tap the big toe, reach the arms overhead again, and bring it back to the squat. Reach and tap, and bring it back to the squat. Good, core is on, pelvis is quiet, that core is stabilizing the pelvis. We wanna keep those ribs stacked, okay? So right from here, you're isometric on that left side. We're opening up the back of the right knee completely and just tapping that big toe back there. Woo! Warm already. Oh, it is 100 degrees here right now, so that could probably be why I'm warm already. Let's go for 4 more. Last 4. Good, we're gonna be holding it. Last 3, so we're setting up with that nice setup. Remember, I always layer. Last 2. On your next one, you're gonna hold. Right leg is back there, arms are up and overhead. From here, we're gonna bring those arms down, palms are gonna face up and back. Okay, and from here, we're gonna lift that right leg and lift those arms. It's a little pulse up. Okay, it's not big, because notice the low back is not changing. Okay, everything is nice and stable. I've got my left knee tracking with big toe, second toe. Shoulders are down and back, ribs are closed. Good, and I'm not shortening the low back as I bring that leg up. So it's not a high kick. It's just a little lift and lower, engaging the back line of the leg a little deeper. Good, we're here for 4. Woo, back of the body. Last 3, 2, last 1. Hold the big toe down on the mat. Let's bring those hands right to chest center, weights together. Okay, keeping the left leg isometric. We're gonna take that right leg and we're gonna sweep it around, tap the big toe in the front, and we're gonna semicircle it back and tap the big toe in the back. Around to the front, so you're drawing a semicircle right here. Totally quiet pelvis. So we're not gonna let that pelvis move around. What's moving around is the top of that right thigh bone, that femur bone in the hip socket. We're finding lots of mobility and range of motion here while stabilizing the pelvis. That's the job of the core. Good, hold it right there. Last 4. Ooh, we're gonna go to the other leg. Last 3. Good, we've got 2. And last one, all the way to the back. Let's bring it all the way to the front and bring it right back into that squat, that demi-squat position. Okay, right from here, those arms are gonna come down by the side. We're gonna step that left leg back, reach the arms up, and bring it back to the squat. Reach and tap, bring it back to the squat. So my weight is shifted into that right foot a bit. I'm trying to keep my weight as center as possible. Okay, so it's not a huge dump of all my body weight onto that right side. Opening up the back of that left knee. Biceps are still stopping in front of the ear, so we're finding lots of mobility at the shoulder. Woo, palms are facing in. Good. Let's keep reaching right here. Big extension, opening up the front of the hip on that left side for 4. Good. Last 3. Woo, we got 2. Good. Last one, we're gonna hold right here. Let's bring those arms long and low. Palms are gonna face up and back. And from here, we're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. It's very small. Okay, we're getting deeper into the back side of the body through the arms and the legs. Good, everything's isometric on that right side. My right kneecap is still tracking with big toe, second toe. Good, woo, core is tight. Lots of the core engagement right here. Good, we're here for 4, 3, last 2. Woo, on the next one, we're gonna hold that big toe connected, bring the weights right to the chest, just like we did on the other side. And now we're gonna semicircle that left leg, tap the big toe in the front, and semicircle all the way around to the back. Good, solid foot connection on that right side, because if you noticed in the very beginning, my weight shifted quite a bit. So now I'm trying to stabilize that. Keep the pelvis quiet. Good, rolling that femur bone around in that hip socket on the left now. Woo, core is engaged, pelvis is super quiet, as quiet as I can make it. Good. Hold it right here. Let's go for 4 more sweeps. 4. Good, last 3. Draw that big half circle. Whew. Last 2. Good, we're gonna be ending in a squat. Last 1, back, all the way to the front, and pull that leg back into that squat position. All right, we're gonna stay right here in that squat, and I'm gonna face forward now so you can see this next part of this sequence. Okay, so from here, arms are gonna start at that chest center, okay? We're gonna reach those arms in opposition, so opposite diagonals, okay? And then bring it back to chest center. Reach and back. Good, so my right arm's going up, my left arm down. Okay, and then back to chest center. Woo. Good, you guys. Hold it there. We're still in that squat. We still got that little tilt through the torso. Okay, ribs are stacked over the pelvis. Let's go for 4. Last 3. Good, we've got 2. Last 1 right here. Bring the weights back to chest center. Now, we're going to take those arms out into a low field goal, palms facing down. From here, we're going to twist and rotate to the left. Right arm extends forward, left elbow comes back, and then we pull it back to that low field goal. Good, extend that left arm, twist to the right, left ribs, twist to the right inner thigh. Good, alternating directions. Good, all this slow holding with this added resistance, right? Already we're sweating. Good, twist and bring it back to center. So pelvis is quiet still. We're twisting that rib basket. Good, let's go for 4. Last 3. Woo! Last 2. And last one right here. Don't go anywhere. Don't come out of that squat. We're going to bring those arms up into a deep W. Okay, still in that little demi squat. Pressing the arms up and overhead. Back down, deep W. Arms up and over. Biceps are still falling in front of my ears. Okay, keeping my ribs closed. Super important to keep that core engaged properly. Good. Elbows pulled deep down by the side. Woo. Yes, you guys. So good. You got it. Last 4. Woo. Last 3. Press it up there. Good. Bellow the weight, come together. I don't have bells on my weight, but I'm bringing my weights together through center. Palms are facing forward. Last one. Again, don't come out of it. We got a couple more layers. Hold it right here. Bring those weights back to chest center. Now we're going to focus a little bit more on the lower half. We're going to peel that right heel up, and then we're going to lower it back down to the floor. Good. Inhale, press that left heel up. Exhale, lower it back down. So now we're recruiting the inner thigh for that heel lift. Okay, but each time you set your heel down, I want you to set it down with some intention. Okay, really press that heel into the floor like you've got that emergency button to press. Okay, so press that heel down. That's gonna light up the back of the leg. Okay, now my height doesn't change as I work through this movement here. Good, we call this gait. So basically it's just working on that talus glide through the ankle, working on that stride and that walk. Good, let's go for 4. We're gonna be holding both heels up in 3. Last 2. Good, belly button's pulled up and in, shoulders are down and back. On your next one, you're gonna hold the right heel up. With intention, we're going to keep the pelvis quiet, keep the height the same. We're going to peel the left heel up to join the right. Nothing else changes. Right here, we're going to pulse this squat. So I want you to think now about those sitting bones right at the center of your glute. I want you to move from the sitting bones. Okay, the sitting bones are going to narrow towards the middle of your body to pick you up, and then they're going to broaden outbound to lower you. So you can kind of think of a teepee, pulling up and in right here. 8. Good, last 7. 6. Notice I'm not even looking at you because I'm going to fall over. 5. Good, last 4. Woo, last 3. Good, last 2. And last 1. And set those heels down and come all the way back up. Woo, we got some shake on that last one there. Coming down to the floor. Okay, so we're going to kneel right now. Those ankle weights won't have much purpose at the moment, but they will come back to play in just a minute. Okay, so we're going to start in this high kneeling position. Okay, we're going to start with a sit back, but we're going to reach those arms up and overhead first. You know what, I'm going to give you a side profile right here. So on your inhale, we're going to lift those arms up and overhead. Okay, palms are going to face forward now. Biceps are still in front of the ears. And I've got my inner thighs pulling up along the spine for my lift and my height, okay? So I want you to think about those inner thighs because they lead up along the spine. That's your psoas, okay? And that's a part of your core. Right from here, we're going to reach the sitting bones back. Arms are going to come down and tap the floor with those weights. And on your inhale, we're going to reach those inner thighs up along the spine for that lift. Exhale, reach those sitting bones back. The low back stays nice and flat, shoulders stay down. Inhale, lift those inner thighs up along the spine. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Woo! Good, you guys. Holding it here. Inhale up. Good. Exhale as you go down. Let's go for 4. Good. Last 3. Good, we got 2. We're going to change that arm position in just a minute and find some side flexion. Last one, and we're going to hold it up there. Nice lift. Palms are going to face in. Right from here, keeping the arms up, we're going to inhale as we lift up and over to the left and pull it back through center. Good, inhale, up and over to the right. That inhale is going to give you space to the vertebrae so that you can get a little bit more flexion, okay? And length through that flexion. Okay, so we don't want to dump into the side body. I'll give you a front view right here so you can see how this is working. I'm inhaling, I'm giving length to the internal body as I find that side flexion, and then I exhale back through center. Good, inhale, up and over, and back. Good, last 4. And back, last 3. Good, last 2. And last one right here. bring it all the way back through center. All right, bring those weights down to the floor. Okay, you're only gonna need one for this, but we're gonna start in a plank, okay? So we're gonna need our right hand to grab that weight, but first we're just gonna start on our hands and toes, okay? So we're gonna bring both hands down to the mat. I'm gonna spread those fingers out nice and wide so I can find that little suction cup right at the center of the palm. I'm gonna keep my shoulders over my wrists as I step my right foot back and then my left. Okay, now I'm gonna go a teensy bit wider than my hips so that I have nice stability because I'm gonna be lifting my right leg. Okay, so from here, we're gonna keep lifting up out of that shoulder girdle. Eyes are gonna stay on your fingertips. And you're gonna exhale as you pull that right knee into your chest. Don't let that right hip tip down and bring it back. 3 more of those knee pulls. Bring it in and take it back. It's only the right leg that's pulling in. Last 2. And back. And last 1. And back. Now, my left hand is gonna come to the center of the mat. I'm gonna roll onto my left side. I'm gonna grab my weight, bring it up in the air. Stack your feet if you can. And now the right leg is gonna lift and lower 4 times. Last 3. Woo. Last 2. Notice my wrist is under my shoulder on that left side. Last 1. Step that right foot back down, put the weight down, roll back through center, step that left hand out, and now those 4 knee pulls on the right side only. Right knee in and out. Pelvis is quiet. In and out. Good. Just a nice flat back. Good. Last 1. We're going back to that star position. Good. Step that left palm right to the center of your mat. Grab your right weight in your right hand. Roll onto your left side. Stack those feet. Keep that arm up if you can. And right leg. Lift and lower. 3 more. Lift and lower. Last 2. Lift and lower. Guys, we have 1 more sequence of that. Lift and down. Step that right toe back to the floor. Set the weight down. Find your plank. Right here. Set up with a strong foundation. Right knee in and out. 3 and out. Last 2. In and out. Last 1. In and out. Step that left hand right to center. Grab that weight in your right hand. Roll onto your left side. Stack those feet. And now the right leg. Up and down. Last 3. Up and down. Last 2. Up and down. 1 more. Up and down. Place the weight down. Roll to your plank. And find your knees. Woo, okay. Sweaty. All right. Left knee is going to stay on the floor. We're going to work on some high kneeling, side high kneeling leg lifts, okay? So you want your weight, 1 weight in your right hand. Left hand's going to come to the floor, and my left knee is going to stay underneath my hips. Right leg's going to come out to the side, okay? So I've got a nice diagonal forming on that right side body. Now, my right arm is going to start in a bent position, elbow at the waist, palm facing forward. We're going to go for a straight leg lift to start. So right from here, we're going to lift, press the weight up, and lower. Lift and lower. So my right leg is staying in parallel. Toes are shining forward. Okay, I'm keeping my left hip over my left knee. Okay, so that knee is under the hip. Nice stable platform we're working from here. Lots of length on both sides of the waistline. Keep those right toes shining forward. We're lifting from the top side of the hip right here. Good, don't worry about height. I want you to worry about where you're engaging from. Okay, so the cues are extra important. Let's go for 4. Woo, we're gonna start to hold it up. We got those layers coming. Last 3. Last 2. All right, on your next one, you're gonna lift and hold. Arm's gonna stay how it is. Right knee is gonna pull to the front of the body, extend, and now we're gonna sweep the leg to a 45. Bring it back. It's a knee pull. Extend and sweep. Now notice my leg is not coming right to the front of my hip, okay? It's coming to a 45 because what I wanna do is keep the pelvis as quiet as possible. Okay, so I don't want you to rock or sit back on that left side. I want you to keep that form, how you have it. Last 3. Good, we got 2. We got one more layer here. Good, last 1. Okay, right from here, hold that leg up there. Hold the arm too. If you need to bring the arm down, you can. Flex your right foot. It's 4 pulses up. 4, 3, 2. Hold it right here. Pulse it back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Little kickback pulse. 4. Little kickback right past the midline. 2, 1. Last set. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it back. 4. 3 that left glute, right? 3, 2, 1. And bring it all the way in. Holy cow, feel that left side more than you feel that right side. That's the idea. That stabilizing side. Okay, coming down onto our left side. Left forearm is going to be down on the floor. Right hand still has the weight. Okay, now for this one, we're going to start to work on some lifts through the hips first. Okay, so that weight can stay right down by your side, elbow bent. Okay, nothing's going to happen there, not yet. All right? Right from here, we're going to lift those hips up off the ground, shift the weight in through the shoulder girdle on that left side, and then down. Lift and lower. Woo! Lift and lower. Let's go for 2 more. We're prepping the body for the next layer. Remember, all my layers are optional. If a layer doesn't work, you don't do it. Okay, you stay at the layer before. On your next one, we're going to lift, but we're going to open the leg and the arm's going to press at the same time. And then lower it all back down. Now my leg, notice how it's opening. It's opening up so that my inner thigh shines forward. And then back. My heels don't stay together, okay? But I'm taking that top leg into external rotation. So it's bigger than a clam. I call these butterfly lifts. Okay, it's a lift and a lower. Woo, we're gonna add a leg extension in 3. Good. Last 2. Good. Last full 1. Because on your next one, we're gonna add that extension. Okay, we're gonna lift, extend the right leg, bend, and lower. 4 more. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. Last 3. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. Keep that right arm slightly in front of the body. 2. Woo! Oh boy, we feel that left glute still working from the last one. Open and extend. Now stay up there. Pulse that leg up. Up. It's slightly externally rotated. Inner thigh shining towards the front of the body a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down. Holy cow. The shoulders too, both sides, right? Okay, we're rolling onto our back. All right, now for this one, we're gonna get a little more tricky. So grab both weights. Okay, lie all the way down. Now, we're gonna work on a single leg bridge, but we're gonna add an ab curl in it. So, from here, my arms are gonna start just bent by my sides, 90-90 bend, or a little bit deeper than a 90-90 bend, palms facing in. Right foot's gonna stay down. My left leg, or my left ankle, is gonna cross over that right thigh. Now, from here, we're gonna find a little ab curl. So, I'm gonna ask you to bring your hands together at chest center. Okay, and on your exhale, we're gonna curl the shoulder blades off the floor. Okay, we're gonna come down, lift the arms up over the chest, and find a single leg bridge, right side lifts. Good, bring it down, arms to chest. Curl. Good, come down, single leg bridge, pressing the weights up over the chest. Good, now if you need to make an adjustment on that foot placement, okay, finding the proper placement for that foot so that we can find a lift on that right side, but keeping the pelvis stable and level. Okay, so as we lift, that left side doesn't stay down there, it lifts with my right. Come down and find that ab curl. Back, Press the arms up and lift. Let's go for 4 because we got some layers here. Press the arms up. Good, last 3. Curl. Good, lengthen those arms, lift. Ooh, that my right hamstring feels it already. Good, last 2. And down. On your next one, we're gonna find that bridge and we're gonna hold it up there. Now, right from here, we're gonna pulse that bridge 1 inch up and down. Find that lift from the hips. Okay, we're opening the front of that right hip. Left hip bone needs to stay with the right. Good, shoulders are down, weights are up over the chest. The weight's up off the floor and your arms up over the chest like this is more aggressive. So if you need to bring them down to the floor for stability, you can. 4, 3, last 2. Hold the bridge up there. Let's extend that left leg out and long. And now that left leg is gonna go down, tap the floor with your heel, and up. My knees line up. So I'm not looking for a big, huge kick on that left leg. My knees stop when they're lined up, and then I lower that leg back down. My pelvis is trying to remain quiet. I'm trying really hard. That right hamstring should be on fire because that right hip is off the floor. Both hips are off the floor. Good, we've got 4. Woo. Last 3. Good, we've got 2. Last 1. Hold the leg up there, the knees are level. Pulse your bridge 1 more time. Right through that right side, back of the right leg, little pulse. Lift and lower, 4, 3, 2, and set it all the way down. Woo. All right, what's next? I totally forget. So you guys stay down there. All right, we've got that single leg bridge. Aha, I remember now, the side curls. Okay, so stay down on your back. Okay, weights. Let's keep them in our palms for this one. Okay, so knees are bent and together. We're gonna take our knees over to the left. Okay, so you're gonna twist through the spine. Right hip is off the floor completely, and you're a little bit more onto the side of that left hip. Okay, now we're gonna hold that position like that. My right leg is gonna extend out nice and long, and I'm gonna hold it out there. So it's up at a 45-degree angle from the body, okay? Pointed toe, keep it nice and long. Now from here, we're gonna find a curl, but I want you to bring those arms up and over the chest 1 more time. Okay, on your exhale, we're gonna curl and reach the weights, and then bring it back down. It's a curl and a lift. So we're feeling that movement through the right side body, okay? Deepening that little abdominal curl on the right side only. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, lower. Good, holding that right leg out there. Got some resistance with those ankle weights. With or without it, you're gonna feel, with or without those ankle weights, you're still gonna feel that waistline. Good, holding it here. Whew. We've got 4. Last 3. We've got 2. Keeping my chin away from my chest. On your next one, you're gonna hold it up there. Now your arms, you're gonna lower them just a little bit, and we're gonna pulse for a reach. Pulse, pulse. Good, deepening that curl just a little bit more. Good, still reaching that leg nice and long. Think of that inner thigh reaching right out the big toe for lots of length. Back of the knee is wide open. We've got 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down. Woo. All right, we're getting deeper into those abdominals. Okay, so from here, we're gonna work on a little thoracic flexion, okay, and then some nice mobility work through the legs. So let's lengthen those legs all the way out, 2 long legs, let's glue them together. Those arms are gonna be down by our side, okay, we're gonna keep those palms facing in with the weights. If you wanna drop your weights for this one, by all means go ahead, okay, because we're gonna be holding them for a while, so if it gets too aggressive, I want you to let go, because I don't want you to lose the form. Okay, from here, we're gonna find that thoracic flexion first. So we're gonna inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift those shoulder blades off the floor, hold those weights out there so they're hovering off the floor as well, so you've got some resistance. Okay, right from here, those legs are gonna lift and lower. They're gonna lift and lower. Good, tiny little lift and lower. And you know, I'm gonna set my weights down because I'm not able to keep my low back in the right position with them hovering. So what I want you to think about here, and that's really critical, for me, okay, I'm gonna set my weights down to show you this. For me, my ribs must stay closed. Okay, so I used to suffer from diastasis recti. Okay, so still now I need to really be really careful to keep the ribs closed and not find an overarch of the back, which will flare my ribs. Okay, so for me, those weights up there, I couldn't maintain that closed rib cage. I'm starting to grip my butt and flare my low back. So if I set my weights down and I ground them, hold that curl, I can lift and lower those legs. We're only lifting them a few inches off the floor and back. They never touch down, okay? Woo, hold it, this should be shaky, shaky, shaky. Good, right here, we got 6. Last 5. Good, we've got 4. Notice my shoulder blades, the tips of my shoulder blades are off the floor. 3. Last 2. Last 1. On your next one, you're gonna bring those legs all the way up over the hips. Okay, and now those arms are gonna lengthen up off the chest as well. All right, right from here, we're gonna work on some scissor kicks. I still got that thoracic flexion going on. Okay, so right here, my right leg's gonna lower, left leg stays lifted, and now I'm gonna switch. Inner thighs just pass each other, midair. Good, lengthen and reach. Woo! Chin is away from the chest. Okay, I've got lots of length, and I'm tractioning. Even though I don't have my hands behind my head, which you can absolutely do if this is feeling too aggressive on the neck. Release those weights and place those hands at the base of your skull, and you can find that tractioning lift that way as well. Lots of length out of the spine. We've got 4. Whew, last 3. We got one more layer, last 2. All right, right from here, holding those legs up over the hips, we're gonna find a straddle. Now my right leg's gonna circle down as my left circles up, and you're gonna switch. I like to call these windmills. Okay, right leg up and left leg down. So there's little semicircles out to the side, okay, bringing them back to the midline every time. Woo, we got 6. Good, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Woo, and bend those knees and come all the way down with those shoulders. Oh my goodness, let's set those weights down, give those knees a little hug. And we're gonna do those side curls on the other side. Okay, so both weights in the hands if you want them. Knees are bent. Okay, right from here, I'm gonna take my knees over to the right side of my body. And I'm gonna move away from the wall because otherwise I won't have enough room for this. Okay guys, so you stay down there, knees are facing to the right. All right, right from here, we're gonna lengthen the left leg out nice and long. It is not resting on my right leg. It is hovering in air, okay, pointing the toe, inner thigh shines towards my right inner thigh. Both inner thighs shine towards each other. Okay, arms are gonna lengthen up off the chest. Okay, I'm gonna square off those shoulders because that left shoulder needs to be down on the floor. Right from here, we're gonna inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl and lift through that left waistline and come back down to the floor. Curl and lift and release. Good, targeting that left side. Now, giving the right a breather, just a little. Exhale. Inhale as you release. Let's go for 6. Last 5. Good, you've got 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last one, we're gonna hold it up there. Arms are gonna lower just a bit. And now we're gonna reach to find that little deepening pulse, deepening that curl. Hold it here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And bring it all the way down. All right, let's find that bridge on the other side. All right, so This time, my right leg is going to cross over my left. Okay, so right ankle over the left thigh. Left foot stays down. We're going to find an ab curl first and then a bridge. So weights are going to come right to chest center. Okay, glue those weights together, or glue those palms together. Okay, and from here, we're going to inhale to prepare again. Exhale, find that curl. Inhale, release, and find that bridge, lifting the weights up over the shoulders. Bring it back down. Find that curl. Inhale, lengthen out, press the weights up, find your bridge, single leg lift, and down. So you'll feel the back of that left leg light up. Down, press the weights, and lift. Good, both hips stay together. Now you may find, I'm finding it right now, that one side is a lot stronger than the other. Okay, for me on this exercise, this side is much stronger. I can already feel the alignment and the form is easier for me to find. Okay, you've also trained the body, now it knows what to do. I want you to make sure your toes are still down on the floor on that left foot. Okay, yes, the heel is a little heavier than the toes, but we don't want to peel the toes off the floor. Okay, that connection through the foot runs all the way up the chain, and we want to keep a full foot connection for this. Good, and press. Let's go for 4. Exhale, curl. Release, press those arms up and down. Last 3. Press it up and down. Last 2. On your next one, we're going to find that ab curl. Okay, and now we're going to hold that bridge. Press it up and hold. Choose a position for your arms. If up over your chest is too aggressive, use. Bring those arms down to the floor. We're going to pulse that bridge. 1 inch up and down. Tiny little lift and lower. Good, press. 1 inch up and down. Both hips work together. Okay, core is engaged. I'm going to adjust my foot just a little bit. Here we go. Good, we're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the next one up there. Right leg's going to extend nice and long. Let's level out those knees. And the right leg lowers to tap the heel. And lift. Lower and lift. Good. Nice and controlled right here. Whew, don't let that bridge drop. Keep it lifted. We've got 6. Last 5. Good, you guys. You've got 4. We're going to pulse 1 more time. Last 3. Last 2. And on your next one, you're going to hold that leg lifted. Pulse that bridge through the left sitting bone 1 more time. Little lift and lower. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower it all the way back down. Bend that right knee. Whew, okay. All right, you guys, come on up. I just want to make sure I don't forget anything after those bridges. Okay, we're going to come into that butterfly lift on the other side. So, onto your right side. I write it all down because if I don't, I tend to forget something, getting caught up in my own cueing. Okay, guys, so right side, your right forearm. Okay, right elbow underneath the shoulder. Knees are curled up like you're on the couch, nice and cozy, right? But it's not going to stay cozy for long. Palm facing forward, elbow bent at the waist. Now, right here, we're going to find lots of length on both sides of the waistline, and we're going to start with just those hip lifts. So the arm's going to do nothing. We're going to lift and lower. Lift, keeping the right elbow under the shoulder. Okay, finding lots of length on that top waistline, but we're not overarching, okay? So I don't want you to find too much of a hip lift. Okay, I want you to just stack those ribs right in line with the pelvis and bring it down. Last 4. Good, we're going to start to open that top leg. Last 3. Good, we've got 2. Good, and last 1. On your next one, we're going to open the leg. Open the leg, press the arm as we lift the hips. Notice my inner thigh shines forward, and then I lower it back down. Big lift, okay? Heels, inner line of the foot, they don't stay together, they separate. So it's a big lift with that top leg. Open and bring it down. Butterfly lift. Open and close. We've got 4. Gotta be careful not to overcount these, right? Last 3. Good, you guys, you got 2. Come on, hang on. We're gonna add that extension. Last full one like this. On your next one, we're gonna lift, hold it there, extend the leg, bend, and close. Lift, extend, bend, and close. Let's go for 4. Lift, extend, bend, and close. Last 3, lift, extend, and close. Last 2. Keep it going, just keep moving. On your next one, we're gonna find that lift, we're gonna find that extension, and we're gonna hold it, we're gonna pulse that leg. Good, it's externally rotated right here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower it all the way down. Oh boy. Okay, come up onto your knees. Good, like that, oh boy, that's my relief. Right there. All right, on your knees. Right knee is gonna stay down on the mat underneath the hip. Okay, left leg is gonna come out to the side. Okay, so you're gonna find that nice long length and that right hand can come to the floor. Left hand still has that weight if you would like to have it. Okay, now from here, we're gonna lift that left leg and lower. Good, it's a lift and a lower. My left arm already feels tired. Reach. So left toes stay shining forward. We want to keep that leg parallel, okay? Hang on to it. If at any point that arm needs a break, you give it a break. Good, let's go for 4. Good, last 3. Let's go for 2. Woo. And last 1. Okay, we're gonna do one more to hold it up there. Okay, here's our hold. Arm is gonna stay where it's at. My left knee is gonna pull forward, and then we're gonna extend it, and we're gonna sweep it to a 45. Bring it back. Knee pull, lengthen it out, and sweep. Now I'm doing my very best right here to keep my pelvis quiet. Okay, so that's why I'm not getting huge range of motion on my sweep. Okay, I don't want to dump and reach back with my hip. Hold it here for 4. We got that pulse layering coming up. Last 3. Woo. Good, you guys. Last 2. I'm gonna try to keep my arm up there even though it's totally burnt out right now. Good, last 1. Woo, bring it there, hold it. Flex that foot. 4 pulses up. 4, 3, 2, hold, pulse it back. 4, 3, little kick back. 2, 1, hold it there, pulse it up. 4, 3, 2, 1, pulse it back. 4, 3, 2, hang on guys, 1 more, pulse it up. 4, 3, 2, pulse it back, engage the back of that leg. 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down. Ooh, my left arm was done there, really done. All right, we're coming into the plank. So for this one, we're gonna have those weights just down by our side, okay? You want one weight that you're gonna be picking up, okay? So hands nice and flat on that mat. Spread those fingers out, find that little suction cup. Remember, this is your knee pull to your start. So we're gonna step those feet one at a time back into that plank. Okay, feet are a little bit wider, more like shoulder width apart, okay? From here, my left knee is gonna pull in. So, exhale, left knee in, keep the hip lifted. Tap, 3, tap, 2, tap, last 1, tap. Shift that right palm, center of the mat. We're gonna swivel onto our right side, grab a weight. Good, stack your feet, woo, if you can. This is my shaky side. We're gonna lift 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, roll it back. Set the weight down, replace the hands, spread the feet, left knee. 4, good, 3, whew, 2, last 1, Shift that right hand to the center of the mat. Roll onto your right side. Grab a weight, stack the feet if you can. Notice my face, this is hard for me. Right here, left leg lifts. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time, guys. Replace the weight on the floor. Come back to your plank. Spread those feet, left knee in. 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Hold it right there. Right palm to the center. Last time, guys. Roll into that side plank. Stack your feet. Hold. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Roll it back through center. Find your plank and bring your knees down. That was a tough one to hang on to, right? All right, you guys, we're coming up onto our feet. Grab your weights. We got a plie jump sequence, and this is gonna lead us right into our stretch, okay? So, feet more than shoulder width apart, toes turned out, nice and wide. Now I'm 5 feet tall. Look how wide my legs are. You gotta go wide, okay? Because I want your knees to stay behind your toes, okay? Right from here, weights are at the chest, okay? And we're just gonna find a plie to start. Exhale, bend the knees, inner thighs open, inhale, lift. Now, the difference between a plie and a squat, on a plie, your torso, your chest, they don't tilt, okay? You keep your sternum right here over your pubic bone, okay? So we keep that tall, open chest. We find depth by opening our inner thighs, okay? Now this little plie is gonna lead us into plie jumps, but we've got 4 more. Good, keep opening those inner thighs, knees, track with big toe, second toe, and they stay behind my toes. Last 2. All right, now on your next plie, you're gonna hold it down there. Okay, arms are gonna lengthen in front of the body. Now we're gonna lift, but we're gonna reach up to the left, big toe stays connected to the floor, and then we're gonna bring it back through center. Lift, left big toe stays on the floor, and down. So I'm lifting into a diagonal reach, okay, finding lots of length on the side of the body where the big toe points and stays connected. Even though these are called jumps, I'm not leaving the floor, okay? I'm staying connected with that long leg. Good. Heart rate should build a little bit here, but all right, it already built from that plank, let's be real. Good. Hang on. Good. Nice long length out of the waistline. Let's go for 4. Good. Shoulders stay square. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Woo. Last 1. Hold your plie. Now right here, palms are going to face me. Okay, arms are straight out down off the shoulders. We're going to hinge at the pelvis. So keeping that plie where it's at, I'm going to roll that pelvis over my femur bones, tap the floor with my weight, and come back up. Good. So now I'm letting my chest tilt, okay? But I'm keeping my plie nice and isometric. Okay, so I'm rolling the pelvis over the top of the thigh bones, right? Where we were rolling the thigh bones around in the pelvis before, right? That's still happening, but I'm initiating the movement from the top half of my body. Woo. Knees stay tracking. Okay, they're just in front of the ankle, over the center of the foot is where they should be. Good, this is where things start to get really heated up through those inner thighs, right? Last 6. Woo, this is our burnout right here. Last 5. Good, we've got 4. I gotta remember how to count. Good, last 3. That's my hardest part. Woo, last 2. Bringing that sternum right back up over the pubic bone. Right, last 1. Hold, don't go anywhere. Stay in your plie. Bring your arms up into a low W, okay, or guard position right here. From here, we're gonna keep our arms how they are. We're gonna keep our plie how it is. And we're gonna find some side flexion. Right elbow reaches for the top of the right thigh. And then we switch. Okay, now, on this one, we still have length. Okay, so my elbow is not touching my thigh, Okay, I'm keeping lots of length. Exhaling through center. Inhaling to find that flexion. Again, giving space to the spine. Whew. Giving length. That internal length with that breath. On your inhale is where that diaphragm is going to drop, and you're going to give that internal length to the body. Let's go for 6. Whew, we're almost there. Hang on with me, last 5. Good, can you sink a ½ inch lower in that plie? 4. Last 3. We got 2. Oh boy. Good, last 1. Hold it right there in that guard position. Palms are still facing the forward. We're going to press those arms up and overhead and back to that deep W. Up and overhead, back to that deep W. So your bicep now still falling in front of the ear because we're keeping those ribs closed. Belly button's pulled up and in. Inner thighs are opening for that depth. Recommit to that core engagement right there. You've got 6. Whew, last 5. Breathe. You've got 4. Last 3. We've got 2. And last 1. Hold the arms up there. Pulse your plie. 1 inch up and down. Tiny little lift and lower. Let's think about initiating that lift and lower from those inner thighs now on that pelvic floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it low, hold it right there, isometric hold and breathe. 8, 7, ½ inch lower, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and press it up. Oh my gosh. All right, set those weights down. Guys, shake it out. I don't know if it's just because it's 100 degrees here where I live, or if that's just a lot of holding because I'm all sweaty today. All right, you guys, go ahead and take your ankle weights off. Okay, so if they're easy to remove, let's remove them now. We're gonna stretch. I don't want any resistance for your stretching, okay? So right from here, okay? We're gonna come down to the mat. We're gonna find a straddle position, okay? So we're gonna open up those legs nice and wide, okay? You wanna be able to move, okay? So I don't want you to open so wide that you can't find any sort of mobility. Open into a comfortable straddle, okay? Right from here, we're gonna keep those toes shining up. It's important we don't take the legs into internal or external rotation for this stretch here, okay? So let's keep the toes up. Right here, we're gonna bring those arms up and overhead, okay, lengthening out of the waistline. I'm gonna inhale as I rotate to the right, and from the top of from that seat crease, okay, I'm gonna hinge over my right leg, and once I found my full range of motion, I'm gonna allow my chest to round down towards the knee. Palms are gonna come down on either side of that leg, and I'm gonna hold that stretch right there. Whew, for 4. Releasing that grip. 3. Use your breath to release that tension. Last 2. Now I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to wrap it to the outside of my right leg. That's going to give me a deep stretch out of that left waistline. So that's what we want to find. So wrap that left hand to the outside of the right foot, the right ankle, the right knee, wherever you feel comfortable, and just give it a nice pull. Okay, lots of stretch and length. Keep your left hip connected to the floor. Keep the toes up. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Coming all the way back through center. All right, we're going to bend the left knee. So left knee bends in, the left sole of the foot comes to the right inner thigh. I'm going to take my fingertips to the outside of my left thigh, and I'm going to twist up and away from my right leg. Again, keeping my right toes shining up, and I'm using my fingers for traction to get that spiral, that barbershop pole lift and length through the spine. Good, let's go for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, come all the way back. Now left hand stays on the outside of that left hip, and I'm gonna reach up, lifting up onto my left shin. Right arm's gonna reach up and overhead. My right foot becomes connected to the floor. Again, bicep in front of the ear. And I'm just gonna lengthen out of that right side, opening the front of the right hip. Lengthen and reach. Good, hold it here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, coming all the way back down to a seated position. Lengthen that left leg all the way out again. Same thing, inhale up and overhead to both arms, reaching out of the waistline. We're gonna twist. We're gonna exhale as we hinge down to that left leg, and then we're gonna round ourselves down over the top of that left thigh. Hold it there, palms on either side of the leg. Hold and breathe. Release any grip, any tension with your breath. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Let's take that right hand and wrap it to the outside of the left leg. Left foot, left ankle, left knee, wherever you can find a nice pull. Again, toes shine up. We're lengthening out of that right waistline and that right hip. I want you to feel that stretch right there on the outside of the body. Good, hold that stretch. 4, 3, last 2. Good, let's come all the way back up. My right foot's gonna bend towards the inside of my left inner thigh. Hands are gonna come down to the outside of the right hip, and I'm gonna use my fingers as traction as I lift and twist away from that left leg. Again, keep your toes up. Good, lots of height and length here. I don't want you to dump into the floor. We want to grow taller with this twist. Holding and breathing for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, coming all the way back through center. Right hand stays on the outside of that right hip, and we're going to lift up onto the top of that right shin. Left foot connected to the floor. Left bicep in front of the ear. I'm going to find that big reach, lengthening out of that left side. Holding and breathing for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, coming all the way back down to a seated position. Let's find that straddle one more time. Both legs are gonna lengthen out, and we're gonna find that center stretch. We're gonna bring those arms up and overhead. Nice long length, one more time. Okay, big lift, and we're gonna hinge first. So before you just start to round down, I want you to lengthen out of the spine, out of that tailbone, hinging at the hips, reaching for center. Okay, and once you find your full range of motion and you can't hinge anymore, allow yourself to round down towards the floor. Use your fingers as traction to pull yourself out there. Watch those toes. Make sure they're still shining up towards the ceiling. Hold that stretch. Hold and breathe. Whew. Right, oh boy, unwinding now. Good, holding it here. Hold that stretch. Pull a little further for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, slowly walk those hands all the way back up, chest lifts. Let's bring those feet right back through center. Give those legs a gentle little shake. We're gonna do our final roll up right now. So both feet are gonna come to the floor. We're gonna bring those feet underneath the hips. Heels are gonna connect to the ground first, but my knees are gonna stay nice and soft as I hang down over my legs. Head, neck, and shoulder entirely relaxed. I'm going to inhale as I stack that spine, tailbone pointed towards the floor, belly button pulled up and in. Big inhale, bring those arms up and overhead. And you did it, guys. Nicely done, well done. 60 minutes, full body, mat Pilates. Thank you for joining me again, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, because if you subscribe, you'll get updates every time I launch a new video. A lot of times, or maybe most of the time, it's a reformer workout, but occasionally I throw the mat Pilates up on there. And I do also have cardio strength and HIIT workouts posted. I haven't posted one in a while, but I have a new one coming up very soon. So if you subscribe, you'll get those updates. Also, if you do own a reformer at home, okay, these mat Pilates are great if you travel. But if you have a reformer at home, I host live Zoom reformer workouts every Friday. So if you're interested in joining me on a more personal level for a full reformer workout, the workouts are 60 minutes. They're always different, and they're not something that I put up on YouTube. Okay, so if you're interested in joining me, you can email me or hit the contact button on my website, which is JessPFit.com. There's a contact button right there, and just send me an email that you're interested in. I'll get you all the information. You can also find me on social media at Jess P Fit, so I'm super easy to find. Okay, guys, and I will see you next time. Any questions, feedback, I love to hear them. I always respond to you. They take me a couple days, but I always get back to everybody. So don't be afraid to leave comments or questions there. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Well done.